Yo.
Hi, this is my first video, so I don't expect that you understand what I'm saying, but let's give it a try, okay? First of all, for a more creepy experience, turn off the lights and put on your headphones, alright? Let's begin. Today I'm gonna talk a real special theme to me. I love thriller, horror, ghosts, dark, and that kind of things. And if you don't, take your pills, dude. I'm going to talk about a real ancient story. Let's do the man. Go ahead. Yo. The Blair Witch Project. This is an independent American psychological horror movie. This movie supposedly showed the recovered footage that 3 young filmmakers had filmed before mysteriously disappearing as they walked by the gloomy places of Black Hills, near the town of Burkittsville, Maryland, in 1994. According to the directors, the film is about an old local legend known as the Blair Witch. Although many took all the facts narrated in the film as mere fiction, the truth is that there is a legend of the Witch of Blair, a macabre story that began in February 1785 in the old town of Blair, currently Burkittsville, located in the northern part of Maryland, 2 hours away from Washington, D.C. According to some chronicles, in the town of Blair, a mysterious old woman named Ellie Kedward won the animosity of the neighbors after, using various deceptions, took several children from the place to their houses to draw blood, supposedly for use in ceremonies of black magic. When the children reported what happened to their parents and showed them the gowns that the old woman had inflicted on them, the citizens accused Ellie Kedward of witchcraft. The alleged witch was tied to a wheelbarrow and abandoned to her fate in the deep Black Hills forest during a particularly winter. Assuming that the malevolent old woman had died of cold or starvation, the inhabitants of Blair returned to their routine in an environment of apparent calm. But this is going to change. Okay, where Oof. However, in November 1786, the first night it snowed, the daughter of the city magistrate, the same one who had condemned Ellie, mysteriously disappeared. A week later, it was the same magistrate who also disappeared. When winter ended, almost half of the town's children, or virtually all of the alleged witch accusers, had disappeared without leaving the slightest trace. The city feared being a victim of a curse, suspecting that Ellie was responsible for the disappearances. In January 1824, the town of Burkittsville would be founded in the old settlement where the old town of Blair was located. While none of the founders of the new town seemed to know the original history of the curse, the following year several neighbors said they had seen the Tapi East, the river that crosses the town. An extremely woman's hand paled the rest of the villagers. When they went to the stream to investigate the complaint, they must have regret the disappearance of Aileen Trickle, a 10-year-old girl who plunged into the river and never left it again. After this incident, the locals said that the river had lost its purity and drinkability. In 1866, the one who disappeared in Burkittsville was an 8-year-old girl, so several rescue items were sent in her search. Although the child ended up returning by her own means to her home, one of the rescue parties did not appear again. Weeks later, rescuers' bodies were found in Coffin Rock, in the dreaded Black Hill Forest. The bodies were not only placed in the form of a pentagon and tied together with each other's feet and hands, but were also completely disemboweled. Between 1940 and 1941, the town of Burkittsville would once again be the scene of other evil events. Rustin Parr, South Park, a hermit who lived in a dilapidated cabin on the outskirts of town, was the first suspect arrested by the police. He had been arrested at the Burkittsville market while shouting again and again the phrase, "I am finally done." The police, after examining Parr's house, discovered the bodies of the 7 missing children, buried in 7 small graves behind the house. When the bodies were examined, the agents discovered that several of the children's bodies were disemboweled and had apparently been part of a diabolical ritual. Parr was immediately charged with the crimes of minors, sentenced to hang and executed. Before he died, he justified himself by ensuring that the voice in his mind, that of an evil old woman, had ordered him to kill the children.
What a
This American rural legend would write the last known chapter in 1994, after Heather, Joshua, and Michael, 3 students of the University of Montgomery, decided to make a graphic documentary in Burkittsville about Eric Edward, the famous witch of Blair. The young people, after questioning the villagers, located Mary Brown, an insane old woman who claimed to have seen the witch near the Creek of Tappy East. According to Brown, Blair's witch was a feminine and repulsive being who also had animal features and large levels of hair along her arms and legs. The students, after entering the Black Hills forest in order to find the alleged witch in the Coffin Rock area, were not seen again. The police only found Joshua's car parked on the Black Rock Road. Weeks later, the 3 students would be officially declared missing. The following year, an anthropology student who was on an excursion found a backpack containing film cams, data tapes, video cassettes, a Height-8 video camera, Heather's notebook, and a notebook buried under an old cabin. After analyzing the evidence, the police would confirm that all these items belonged to the 3 missing students. The facts described above, by the way, would have been those that inspired the plot of the movie The Blair Witch Project, an 80-minute film that obtained a resounding success in the United States and that serves to make it now a legend fact. From some inhabitants of the town of Burkittsville, the old village of Blair, it has all the signs of an atrocious and disturbing reality. Well, the story is short, but it's worth it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Psst. What? Leave me in the comments what stories I should see. If you help me, I help you. And if you like these things, maybe another video is coming. This is Agustin, and see you next.